Oh, hello. You're early. I'm just unpacking. Glad you're here though. Last week I took my new Anfibio multi out on land on my farm permission. Had a fantastic hunt last week. So this week I thought, second time out, I'll take it down the beach and we'll give its beach mode a little run for its money and see how it fares down here. So, I'm Adam, this is my metal detector, and that's a beach. Welcome to D-Tekt Sussex. It's an absolutely stunning day today. There's virtually no wind, lovely calm sea, nobody about. Today's going to be fun. So yes, Anfibio multi. I'm also going to be testing out for the first time my new beach scoop. This is the Nokta Makro beach scoop. Really tough, rugged design. So I'm looking forward to see how that copes today. I'll be out on the sand and the rocks today. If you saw my video a couple of weeks ago, I was down here, and this is where I found that silver Pandora engagement ring, which I was happily able to return to the owner, which was great. So let's get into the light here. There we go. So let's get the machine on. So I want to try this out in beach mode. Now, obviously I'm used to the simplex. This is the second time out and the first time out on the beach. So don't take anything I do today as a tip or a trick for this machine. I'm learning it myself. So what I'm going to try is going to go into beach mode. I'm going to start with, no, wrong button, there we go. Said I'm still learning it. We'll keep it on 70 for the gain, I think. And for the frequency, now I debated this quite a bit. Do I go in 5, 14 or 20? Well, 14 is supposed to be good for mineralised ground, which the beach is. Coins and mineralised ground. 20 is good for coins and gold. Now I'm in beach mode, which should sort out the mineralised ground, so I shouldn't need the middle frequency. So I think, in terms of frequency, I'm going to stick with 20 just to start with. We'll see what happens. We'll do a little ground balance. There we go, it's ground balancing around about 26. Simplex I'd normally go straight down to 0, but we'll see how the machine does in sort of default modes today. Yeah? Let's get cracking. Okay, so I'm still around the rocks where I just did the intro there. The tide's on its way out. Should be out far enough for me to get down there in the next few minutes. First target here, I don't know if you can see the screen. Let me move around a little bit. Where is it? There it is. Mid-60s, a little jumpy. Let's give it a little go. See what we can see. Okay, it's in the scoop. I think it's in the scoop. Yep, definitely in the scoop. Just there. Let's have a look. To be honest, mid-60s on the beach. Could easily be a little bit of aluminium, but let's find out. Okay, so I found it. I think it is probably just a bit of scrap. Oh, done it again. I haven't got my gloves on. I'll put those on in a second. Yeah, just a little bit of scrap. Not sure if it's aluminium or just foil, but yeah, very brittle. Oh well, onward. Okay, so I've come down to the wet stuff. I did another ground balance, and it did take it down to 0.1, so that's good. Auto ground balance is working, and it seems to have a similar kind of effect as the Simplex needs, so that's very, very good. So I've had a few comments in the last week of some of the new gear I showed off last week. Obviously, if you missed last week, big announcement. I'm now a member of the Nokta Makro Nomads, and with that comes some gear. Oh, got a little signal there. Late 70s, early 80s, a little bit of 60 going on. Not sure if that's going to be worth digging, really. I'll have a look in a second. Yeah, so a lot of people are asking me about the shovel that I was using last week. And because it comes in two parts, people were worried about how sturdy it was. Well, having used it for 3.5 hours last week, it is sturdy. Probably as sturdy, if not sturdier, than my old shovel with the wooden stem. So yeah, no worries there. The other thing people asked me about was this, the leg holster for the pinpointer. Does it move about? Does it get annoying? Does it fit properly? Well, I do CrossFit, and I tend to build muscle fairly quick. My quads are big, okay? It fits me absolutely fine on a larger end of the setting, so I think it'll fit just about anybody, to be honest. And yeah, no, it doesn't move about, and really convenient for putting your pinpointer in. Really, really convenient. Normally, if your pinpointer's on your belt, you have to sort of reach back and bend your arm up to grab it. Whereas if it's on your leg, you just reach down. It's nice and easy. You're not straining your arm every time you want to grab your pinpointer. Where are you? There you are. Under that stone. Just there. Okay, I'm going to have a little look at this, and I'll come back to you once I've found it. Well, that certainly took a bit of rummaging. Turned out it's just this. It's a rusty ring. Lots and lots of stones stuck to it. Just lighten the load a bit and stick that in the tap box. Yeah, I was hunting for that for about 5 minutes, trying to find that in there. It was yeah, quite well wedged. Onward. All right, I have a screamer, absolute screamer of a signal here. Early 80s. A little bit jumpy, but that is screaming in my ear, really high pitched. Just there, let's see how we get on with that. Oh, in the scoop, straight off. I can see what it is already. That is my second of the day, a rusty ring. Oh, onward. Okay, so I've just been digging around in that little crevice there. Still coming up 69, 70, and we have what appears to be a fishing weight. Just get the stuff off my trowel, put that away. Yeah, I think that's a fishing weight. Very unusual keyring if it's not a fishing weight. Yeah, a little oddly shaped, but yeah, definitely lead. Little clip on the top. Cool, fishing weight. Onward. Okay, so this is an area of the beach where there's not very much touristy stuff. It's all basically just rocks and sand. In fact, if I tilt up, there's a few people down here walking about, but you can see how much rock there is down here, rock pools, and then there's a little bit of wet sand just coming through down there. So it's very difficult to do this in any sort of systematic way. I'm just sort of heading in a rough direction, and as I go, just trying to find little areas where things might get caught up. No straight lines, just almost sort of random. Whenever I spot a little area that might have something in it, I'll just stop and wave the detector over it. Really happy with the machine so far on the beach in beach mode. Not 100% silent, but say 99.5%. It's pretty quiet. A few little clicks here and there, but nothing too distracting. And when it has found something, it's been very definite, very sort of positive that it's locked onto a target. So yeah, very happy so far. Onward. Okay, got a signal coming up here. This is drying sand. It would be underwater when the tide's all the way in. The tide's turned now, it's starting to come all the way back, but only for the last few minutes, so I've still got probably another hour or two before I need to head back to safer areas. But I've got a signal here coming up around about 65. A little bit of bounce to it, but only slightly, so give that a go. 1 to 2 chevrons on the depth. Oops, get the scoop in the right way, Adam. There we go. Okay, it's still there. Yep, still there. Okay, I'll have a little dig around and I'll come back to you in a second. Okay, so it's out. Didn't have to go too much deeper. And it is one of them. Yeah, one of them. Definitely 100% identified as one of them. No idea. Flexible. It's got those ridges down it. Any ideas, people? Drop it down in the comments. Otherwise, onward. Okay, so I've turned around. I'm heading back to the shingle end of the beach. I might do a little bit of shingle before I leave, just to test out the detector on there as well. And I just want to take a moment really to say a big welcome aboard to everyone who's joined the channel recently. My little subscription meter is going up at a rate of knots at the minute, so welcome to everyone who's joined along and hit that subscribe button. You're very welcome. If you are finding this my channel for the first time, I go out every single week and do a metal detecting hunt. If for any reason I can't, due to lockdowns and things, I'll do something metal detecting related, tips and tricks or testing or something in the back garden. So thank you for joining me on the adventure. Next week I'll be back out with the Simplex. Obviously I've only just got the Anfibio, so I thought I'd do a couple of weeks out with the Anfibio. So next week I'll go out with the Simplex. I'm thinking probably back at the farm again. See how we get on with the Simplex and the SP24. And then in a couple of weeks time there's a spring tide where the tide's going to be really low. So I might come back down the beach with the Anfibio then, and I'd quite like to go around the pier. That's quite a way down the coast from where I am here. It's quite a touristy area, but there are some rock pools down by the pier when the tide is all the way out. So the plan is in a couple of weeks time to head down there, nice spring tide mid-morning, and yeah, see if I can get anything out of the rock pools down by the pier. But yeah, welcome aboard to everyone who's hit the subscribe button, and yeah, let's carry on. Okay, so this was coming up in the 60s, quite a solid tone. Yeah, it appears to be what's left of an iPhone. Blimey. That battery's very puffy. Definitely get that disposed of before it goes pop. There we are. That's what's left of someone's iPhone. Obviously dropped it. We've been rolling around in the sea for a bit, mincing on the rocks. Getting minced on the rocks. Crumbs. Don't know which iPhone it is. Let me look at my face a bit closer, see if we can tell. Nope, not sure. But yep, it's not much of an iPhone anymore. Crikey. Alright, onward. Okay, so this was coming up solid 21. Just give it a little wash. Yeah, solid 21. It's a bolt. A nut and a bolt that no longer turn. Well, it's not even a bolt, is it? It's just a thread. There's no bit on the end. There we are. Bizarre. Things you find on the beach, eh? Onward. Alright, so the tide is coming in fairly quick. I'm almost at the shingle, so the more touristy part of the beach, and there's quite a bit of wet sand that I can see. So I'm going to head down there and see if I can hit some of the wet sand down there with the Anfibio multi. And if there's time, I'll do a little shingle work as well if the wet sand disappears. Yeah, it is an absolutely glorious day today. Absolutely lovely, nice and warm. I'm actually just in a polo shirt for the first time this year. Absolutely glorious. Right, let's see what we can find on the wet sand. Onward. Okay, so first signal on the wet sand. I'm still in the same settings. It's a little jumpy, but early 70s. Just there. Early to mid 70s. Let's have a little look and see what that is. Oh, I'll tell you what it is. It's in the scoop. There it is, just in that little clump there. So let's get down there and have a little look with the pinpointer. See if we can suss it out. Oh, I think we've got a coin. I think we've got a coin. So up in the 70s, probably a modern 1p or 2p, I would think. Give it a little wash. There we go. Yeah, looks like a 2p to me. Yeah, 2015. 2p piece. Slight little dot of rust there, but I think we could probably get away with spending that. Yeah, we'll call that spendable, I think. There's Her Majesty. Nice and shiny. 2p piece. Onward. Okay, I'm going to end the hunt there. I've just about run out of time. Absolutely gorgeous day today. Really, really glorious sunshine. I've had a lovely morning out here on the beach, hunting in the rocks and the wet sand. How's the Anfibio performed? I would say very, very well. Obviously, I'm only using very basic settings, just in the beach mode. I was on 70 gain and I was in the 20 setting on the frequency. Yeah, maybe I'll adjust those next time. Maybe I'll play with some of the more advanced settings next time I'm down. But actually, in those settings, the machine was really stable. Really, really a pleasure to use. There were maybe 2 or 3 ghost signals in the whole morning, so not very many at all. And when it found something, it really found something. It really let you know. So yeah, really impressed with the Anfibio today on the beach. And the beach scoop as well. You're really sturdy. The point at the front there, if I just point just here, is really sharp. It's slightly sharpened, so when you push it into the sand, it just cuts straight through like butter. And yeah, nothing fell through the holes, no damage at all to it. Really pleased. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy using that in the future. So let's have a quick look and see what I've managed to find. Not very much today, but that's the way beach hunting goes. A couple of rusty rings, we've got a little bits of tat, what's left of that iPhone, quite spectacular damage to that. We've got a thread and a nut, fishing weight, and our 2p piece. So as I said, really lovely day out. Really enjoyed the morning this morning out with the Anfibio. As I said earlier, I'll be back out with the Simplex next week. I'll probably go about on land next week with the Simplex and the SP24 coil, so make sure you subscribe to catch that. Otherwise, have yourselves an absolutely fantastic week, everybody, and I'll see you soon. Take care.